Hello and welcome to the Daily English News program on Azərbaycan Televiziya. A meeting dealing with the economic issues was held on September 26. President İlham addressed the meeting.
Bugünkü müşavirədə biz iqtisadi məsələləri müzakirə edəcəyik.
Underlining that economic development since the beginning of the year has been at expected level, the head of state added that the economy grew by 4.3%. When analyzing the processes taking place in today's world and looking at the geopolitical situation in general, I can say that this is a very positive indicator. Economic growth rates exceed those of many developed countries, stated President İlham, accentuating that our main goal is to further diversify our economy and improve the sustainable development model. The president stated that inflation had been at just over 1% since the beginning of the year. I have already declared that the minimum wage and minimum pension will be increased next year, although inflation is at a very low level and although the tasks facing the country require major financial resources. First of all, the development of the military-industrial complex and the restoration of Karabakh and East Zangezur. Despite all this, we are doing our best to improve the well-being of our vulnerable citizens, said the head of state. In recent years, the production of oil under projects implemented by foreign oil companies has been declining year after year, which has naturally had a negative impact on our overall economic development rates. And we made up for this decline through the development of the non-oil sector, pointed out the head of state, and added, as a result of negotiations with foreign oil companies, the drawbacks in oil production were brought to their attention, and they were asked to eliminate these drawbacks and ensure the stability of oil production. Very hard work has been done in this direction in the last few months. As a result of this work, reasonable hopes have arisen that there will be no further unfounded declines in oil production, stated the head of state. In relation to the ratio of the foreign debt to GDP, President İlham stressed that Azerbaycan is among the leading countries of the world and underlined that the foreign debt accounts for only 7.5%, which allows us the opportunity to spend less money on the repayment of foreign debt in the future. Azerbaijan's economic development model has already proven itself in the world. We have built a strong and independent economy based on our own resources and not dependent on anyone. Economic independence naturally gives us great opportunities at the international level so that Azerbaijan can conduct an independent foreign policy with success, confidence, honor and dignity, as we have done and will do, underlined the head of state.
On 26 September at about 4:10 p.m., units of the Armenian Armed Forces opened fire from large-caliber machine guns on the position of our army in the directions of the settlement of Eravuz and the Goros district, in the direction of the settlement of Leketagh in the Julfa district of the Nakhchivan Autonomous Republic. Our units took retaliatory measures. The information was released by the Ministry of Defense. Allegations made by French President Emmanuel Macron at the UN General Assembly about Azerbaijan's alleged pressure on Armenia and territorial tensions are fundamentally erroneous and unacceptable, the Western Azerbaijan community said in a statement. It was emphasized that Macron's government is supplying Armenia with large quantities of weapons in order to reignite the conflict in the region and is trying to create the impression that there is some kind of tension in the region. Emmanuel Macron's slander against Azerbaijan serves the same purpose. The Western Azerbaijan community demanded France to abandon its destructive intentions, to stop supplying weapons to Armenia, not interfere in the affairs of the region, and not hinder peace. At the same time, it called upon Armenia not to become an instrument of France's games and to create conditions for the return of Azerbaijanis expelled from Armenia. The second Azerbaijan Gulf Cooperation Council Economic Forum is being held in Baku with the participation of some 400 representatives from both sides working in various sectors. The aim of the event is to develop economic cooperation and trade relations between Azerbaijan and the Gulf countries. It was noted at the forum that in January-August this year, the trade turnover between Azerbaijan and the GCC countries increased by 28% compared to the same period last year. Our countries experts doubled in the same period. Within the framework of the forum, a memorandum of understanding was signed between ASPROMO and the Federation of GCC Chambers of Commerce.
The positive statistical tendency registered between Azerbaijan and the Gulf countries is not limited to trade. Significant growth is also observed in the area of mutual direct investments. The expansion of our joint activities in the field of traditional energy and in recent years in the field of alternative energy is gratifying.
Cooperation between Azerbaijan and the Arab Gulf states is based on mutual trust. Last year, trade turnover between our countries more than doubled compared to 2015, reaching 1.8 billion. Our goal is to further develop cooperation between Azerbaijan and the Gulf countries and raise our relations to a new level. We are striving to implement successful investment projects in the economic and trade spheres. There are good prospects for mutual investment with Azerbaijan. We are seeking to expand cooperation in agriculture, food security, industry and renewable energy.
Azerbaijan is one of the first countries to try to contribute to solving the problem of climate change. There are specific commitments and various things are being done in this regard. These views were expressed at the Baku Conference on Climate Change and Just Transition, Role and Actions of Trade Unions. Sahib Məmmədov, President of Trade Unions Confederation, Sahib Ələkbərov, Deputy Minister of Economy, and other speakers spoke about the importance of the conference in terms of settling priorities for COP29 and developing cooperation between trade unions, governments and employers. The importance of creating green jobs was emphasized, as was the need to expand cooperation to develop action plans and strategies to increase trade union participation in the future. That was all for the day. Thank you for being with us. Goodbye.